doing here? I'm cold, I'm tired, and I'm soaked to the bone. I'm also in a part of town I'm completely unfamiliar with. Can my day get any worse? I need to find some shelter. Is that a library branch up ahead? I think I'll pop in there.
Hello.
Hi.
Do you need help with anything? Or are you just here for the candy?
Candy?
Yeah. Aren't you trick-or-treating? You're wearing that cute witch outfit.
Thank you, but I'm not trick-or-treating. I'm too old. I'm just wearing this because...
Forget I said anything. You seem pretty stressed. Take these candies. I insist.
Thank you again. Oh, I just remembered. Could you look up a book for me? I think it's called The Fairy and the Thief.
Certainly. Okay, I just found an exact match in our system, and we have a copy of this branch. It's in the children's book section. But follow me. Here it is. Feel free to come back up to the desk when you're ready to check out.
Of course. Thanks again. This is the spell book that Jane showed me on Tuesday. Let's see what else is inside. Fire spell, electric spell, ice spell, transfer spell, teleportation spell. Heaven's embrace. I don't know what else I was expecting. I guess I was hoping for some sort of time travel spell to help fix this mess. I'm being immature. A conflict like this shouldn't be resolved through shortcuts. I feel a lot better now. It's time for me to head home and apologize to Mika. I think I'll take this book with me. I could use it as a way to break the ice instead of opening with our... Who am I kidding? There is no argument. Mika's totally in the right here. I'm being immature and selfish. Times like this make me wonder what compelled Mika to become friends with me in the first place. In any case, I really need to get home. If I stay out too much longer, Mom will start to get really worried.
Mika! Has Susan come back yet?
No. While you were gone, I sent out all my friends to search for her too. One of them even has a car. Nothing so far. What if Susan doesn't want to be found?
I don't want to think she's avoiding us on purpose. If she is, we'll have to get the police involved. Susan hasn't pulled this in nearly 6 years. Quite frankly, I thought she grew out of it.
Susan's done this before?
Yes. While Susan's always been a kind and quiet girl, she's also struggled with controlling her emotions. Usually something would tick her off or make her incredibly sad, and then she'd run away without warning. Thankfully, these meltdowns have never lasted more than half an hour, and Susan would always come back once she had regained control. The problem is this meltdown has lasted almost 2 hours now. I don't know what to do. Susan's turned off her phone, probably because she doesn't want to talk to us. I just need her to check in real soon.
Come to think of it, something similar happened when Susan visited me in Japan. Is this my fault?
I obviously wasn't there in either case. But I don't think so. Even if you were the one who sparked the argument, it was Susan that couldn't keep her anger in check and decided to flee from the situation. That isn't your fault.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Not to mention, I know deep down Susan really admires you. I can tell how much she's grown in the very little time you've known each other.
But how can that be true? Susan said I wasn't a real friend because I chose Alex over her.
Susan only said that because she was angry. She already regrets it and will apologize to you the moment we find her. I promise.
Hi, Mika. Sorry. We couldn't find Susan. She hasn't come back, has she?
No, she hasn't.
I wish we could do more than drive around aimlessly. Ottawa was so big, it's like searching for a needle in a haystack.
No, Amy. It's worse. It's like searching for a nettle with legs. Remember, Susan likely isn't just staying in one place.
Oh, don't remind me.
Who are you two?
Right, introductions. I'm Aimée Bellamy, and this is my sister Belle.
Hi there. You're Susan's mom, right?
Yeah. You know my daughter?
Of course. Amy wouldn't be putting in this much effort to find some stranger.
Don't say it like that. You make me sound like an a-hole.
You're not?
If I am, then you are too.
Ugh, can you two go more than an hour without your constant sibling squabbling?
Jane? What are you doing here?
I'm here because I'm needed. Aimée, Belle, Mika, would you join me upstairs?
Okay. Sure.
This better be good, Jane.
Mika, you coming?
Yeah, I'm coming.
What's going on? Who are you?
My name is Jane Laporte. I'm an acquaintance of your daughter. Stay calm, Mrs. Doe. We're gonna try a more efficient method to locate Susan.
This was such a horrible, horrible idea. I should have stayed at the library. These winds are so strong, it feels like I'm pushing against a wall. Did I miss a tornado warning or something? I should check my... Wait, where did it go? Where's my phone? Last I remember using it was as a calculator during math class. That was third period. What did I do with it next? Oh, right. The battery died shortly after dismissal, and I'm charging it back at home. But that means I don't have it, and Mom probably doesn't know that. I didn't turn my phone back on, so it won't ring if she tries calling it. Chances are she thinks I'm ignoring her. This is snowballed way out of control. I have to get home now, before Mom sends the cops after... Oh no. No. How am I at the river? I thought I was heading east, not north. Ugh, I've had enough. I just gotta catch a cab home before this can get any worse. The question is, how do I do that? Sure, I've seen people flag down cabs in movies, but never in real life. Now that I think about it, can I even do that in Ottawa? Or is it strictly an American thing? I really hate not knowing. Actually, maybe I should turn right and hug the riverbank instead. If I do that, I should reach the Parliament buildings, and I know the way home from there. What?
Oh, please! Can anyone hear me? I can't swim!
Someone's drowning!
Help!
She's upstream and quickly heading this way. I don't have much time. What should I do? Is there a lifesaver here I can throw out to her? I don't think there is. Should I jump in then? No, she's several dozen meters into the river. I'm not sure I could swim that far in this stormy weather, not to mention the fact this costume is far from ideal swimwear. Think, Susan, think. You can't just stand here and let that girl drown. You have to do something. Right. I brought that spellbook with me. Wasn't there an ice spell I could use to freeze the water? There's a spell I use to turn water into ice. You can use it for ice cubes in your... Come on, I don't have time for this!
Seriously, I can't swim! Someone, please help me!
Imagine a bitterly cold night, aim your hand towards the target and lunge forward. If I lived in a hotter area of the world, I may not be able to...
Hey, you! Would you mind putting that book down? Lending me a hand? Or a rope? Something?
Yeah, I'll do way more than that. Let's see. I guess the water would be my target in this situation, right? Here goes nothing. Ah! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Susan? Susan? Susan!
Hang on, Mika, don't!
Mika?
Yeah, we're lucky I arrived right in the nick of time. A second longer and you might have drowned. Are you okay?
I'm not sure. I think I hit my head on something. I'm in a lot of pain.
Susan, Mika,
Belle? Where did you come from?
I'm here with Mika. We drove over in the car with Amy, Curly, and Jane. They're trying to find a place to park. Anyway, I saw you hit your head on the ice patch over there. Do you feel alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. Like I told Mika, I have a pretty bad headache, but other than that... Ow.
I'm not so sure about that, Susan. Did you happen to lose consciousness shortly after impact?
Yes, I did. Briefly. What about it?
Well, that with your loss of balance right now are key symptoms of a concussion. You should see a doctor.
Wait a second, Belle, what sort of timescale are we talking about here? Is this urgent enough to call an ambulance?
I don't know. Do I look like an expert on this? I only know how to diagnose concussions thanks to my days in AAA hockey.
You play ice hockey, Belle?
Not anymore. I'm a former player. I stopped playing last year.
Belle, I think you should call an ambulance. I'm not sure if OHIP will cover it, but it's better to be safe than sorry.
Right.
Susan, we brought Aimé's first aid kit.
Slow down, Jane. This kid isn't light.
How bad is it, Belle?
It's pretty bad. I'm going to step away and call 911. Keep talking to Susan and try to prevent her injuries from getting any worse.
So,
How did you find me? Even I don't know where we are.
That's all thanks to yours truly. Your friends enlisted me to help with the search, and I used my super secret weapon to locate you.
What? It might just be the concussion, but that made even less sense than usual.
Ugh, I'm talking about this thing, idiot.
Your ghost meter thing. What about it?
What the? You seriously thought this was a paranormal energy meter? No, it's a magical energy meter, obviously.
Wait. Does that mean...
Yep, I know all about you fairies and magical girls. I also had a hunch that you and your friends were magical girls ever since I found Mika's ID in that cave.
Am I ever getting that back?
Getting what back?
My ID card. Don't you still have it?
Oh, that? Of course you can have it back. If you have 25 cents.
Well...
Ugh, don't encourage her, Mika. Here, you can have it back for free.
Thank you, Jane.
How did you get that?
Your bag landed on my lap while we were sitting in the car. I saw the card sitting in there and figured you had no use for it.
That's stealing!
So what? It's a cheaply made high school ID card with someone else's name on it. Good luck getting that through small claims court.
Seriously, though, I'm so surprised. Curly, how do you know about fairies and magic? Are you a magical girl, too?
Me? A magical girl? No, I'm just a bland, boring old human. Honestly, if you want anyone to blame for my knowledge in this area, blame Miss Grumpy Pants over there.
She introduced me to the whole underground magic scene.
Oh, Jane?
I really don't need any more nicknames from you, Curly. I'm trying to improve my image.
Really? Isn't your default expression still always sour? It makes you look like an anti-hero from one of those shows Alex likes to watch.
I think that's enough, girlie. Remember the last time you tried to push her buttons?
Yeah, good point. I'll back off. Anyway, like I was trying to say, Jane was my entry point into learning about fairies, magical girls, and all that. Though I did kind of find out by accident.
Oh, I've never heard about this before. I wouldn't mind if you told us more. What do you think, Susan?
I'm pretty intrigued too. I never thought Curly would have learned about magic from Jane of all people.
This could be very useful for me as well. I occasionally need to break the secret and tell people about magic. Maybe a cool-headed person like Jane could teach me a new approach.
Looks like we have a pretty firm consensus about this. So, what about it, Jane? Do you mind if I retell the time we first met?
I couldn't care less as long as you don't slip in anything offensive.
I'm putting the last 2 years of your life into consideration. Please define offensive.
In this context, a false statement intended to trigger a negative response from me.
Fair enough. I'll start at the very beginning, I guess. This all started 2 years ago on a cool September evening.
We've been sitting here for over 2 hours, Curly. Nothing's gonna happen. Can't we just go home now?
No, the guy I interviewed said that the grieving angel will appear today between 6 and 9 p.m. It's only 7:43. We're staying put.
That's assuming she actually exists and isn't aware we're waiting here for her.
Try to be less skeptical, Alex. This time we have access to witness testimony and a 5-month history of reported sightings. You've joined me on investigations with a lot less evidence available.
Yes, but none of those previous investigations involve sitting out in the cold for who knows how long. 4? 5 hours?
What do you want then, a coffee break? Ugh, fine. There's a Tim Hortons just a few blocks away, right? Go over there and warm up.
All right.
Also, while you're there, pick me up a large double-double and 20-pack of honey-dipped Timbits. Please? What else do you want?
You do realize what you're asking would cost $6 or $7, right? I respect the fact your family is barely getting by, but my family isn't made of money either. So, pitch in or get downgraded to a single donut. Your choice.
Here's $3. I forget about the Timbits, okay?
Thank you. Curly, I'm sorry if I was a little hard on you, but you shouldn't take advantage of people no matter how poor you are, especially your family. I should only be about 20 minutes, maybe 30 if the line's bad. Be sure to let me know if I miss anything.
Who does Alex think he is? We're cousins. He should stop treating me like I'm his little sister. He's right about one thing, though. Uttering a gravestone in a cemetery for 3 hours is really boring even for me. I'm gonna pack my Game Boy next time. Where did that girl come from? Is she the angel?
Hi, Dad. It's me again. Another month has passed. School is still out and my therapy sessions haven't been going much better. I'm sure if you were here, you'd try to comfort me by saying you signed up for this when you first enlisted in the Air Force. How it isn't my fault a rocket shot down your flight home. It's also what my therapist tells me, and, well, doesn't make me feel much better. That wish I made with Yoko. It's made me question a lot of things, including my possible involvement in your death. Standing here feels a bit weird, to be honest. Before you passed away, I never thought I'd be talking over your grave like this. Not because I never thought you'd die, but as you know, I'm pretty conflicted on the idea of an afterlife.
It is really her! Should I approach her? No, maybe another time. Today, I'll just scan her with the energy meter.
Who's there?
Crap, I didn't mean to!
I know that wasn't a bird call. If someone's watching me, then show yourself.
This isn't how I wanted our first meeting to go. Hi, you're talking to me, right?
I guess I am. You're the only one here, correct?
Yeah. My assistant was here a little while ago, but he's taking a coffee break right now.
Assistant? What kind of high schooler has an assistant?
The special kind. That's who. Paranormal investigator Blair Candle at your service.
Blair Candle? That's a pretty absurd name. What's wrong with Alexandra?
Alexandra, where did that come from?
The name Alex is stitched into your uniform shirt. Is that not your real name?
How did you? It's visible? No, his name is supposed to be covered up with my handkerchief. Where'd it go?
His name?
Yes, my cousin, his parents donated his extra uniforms when I started grade 9 a few weeks ago. Why did the school feel they need to add a name tag of all things? You know what I like? Additional color choices. Something more vibrant than just black and blue.
So you're saying it's essentially a hand-me-down. Fascinating. Unrelated question. What was that unbearable beeping sound?
Oh, it was this. My paranormal energy meter.
Oh yeah, paranormal energy meter. Totally not BS.
What? You don't believe me?
Of course I don't. The absurdity of ghosts aside, you're clearly pointing that thing at me. Last time I checked, I wasn't a ghost.
Oh, does that mean you don't remember dying? Do you remember anything from your previous life, or are you a supernatural being like an angel or a vampire?
None of the above. I am very much alive.
So... werewolf then?
No. I'm just a regular girl, can't you see that?
Now you're the one talking BS. I saw you materialize out of thin air only a moment ago. Don't tell me every 13-year-old girl can do that.
Your eyes were playing tricks on you.
I doubt that. Otherwise, you wouldn't have answered so quickly and concisely. It's almost like you anticipated I'd mention it.
Ugh, this is accomplishing nothing. I tried to be nice, but I need to ditch you now.
Yeah, well, that behavior is pretty typical for Jane. What happened next?
A month later,
Hi. Sorry for interrupting, but this is important. Susan, I called the ambulance. They'll be here in a few minutes.
Good. Thanks, Belle.
Aren't you going to continue, Jane?
Should I really be telling this story now? You know, while Susan is...
Go ahead, I don't mind.
All right then. If it's okay with you, I will. As I was saying, I returned to the cemetery a month later and found... What's with that stare, Susan? Is there something on my face?
Sorry, Jane. I just don't think I've ever seen you smile like that before.
Same you. It seems so genuine, for a lack of a better word.
See, Jane? All of your effort is starting to pay off, isn't it?
What are you talking about, Belle?
Please let me finish this story before the whole conversation gets derailed. I bumped into Curly again a month later during my next visit to my dad's grave. I'm skimming over a lot of details here, but after a lot of arguing, Curly and I eventually struck a deal. She agreed to avoid knowingly running into me if I spilled the beans and told her what I was. Our early negotiations also led to a revelation. We both realized that paranormal energy meter is actually a magic detector. Last I heard, Curly was using the detector to identify fairies and magical girls passing through Sudbury. She even glues their photos into a little green book.
Why would Curly do that?
To blackmail them, obviously.
Shut it, Jane! There's a difference between playfully joking around and straight-up slander!
Still, a magic detector? I can hardly believe it. I never would have thought such a device could work.
Back then, I didn't consider the possibility either. But here we are.
The ambulance! It's here!
Who's the girl with the concussion?
It's me.
All right, can you stand?
I don't think so. I've already tried once and fallen over.
Not a problem. We're just gonna have to load you onto the stretcher.
Ready, Kate? Ready. Let's move.
Wait! Can you tell us which hospital you'll... They'll go on.
Well, there's no use trying to follow them. Let's head back and tell Mrs. Doe what happened.
You do that. Personally, I'm gonna return home before I catch a cold from all this rain.
Oh, just when I thought Jane's presence was becoming tolerable again, she reverts back to being cold and distant. What's up with that?
Give her time, Amy. She still has a lot of problems she needs to work out.
Yeah, Jane's changed quite a bit in the past week, hasn't she?
Hi, Mika. How is Susan's recovery going? Any idea when she'll be returning to school?
Susan's doing great. Like I've already told you, the impact on her head was no laughing matter. But the doctors fixed her up and everything's going to be okay. I even heard she might be discharged this afternoon.
That's a relief. I don't want Susan to push herself too much, but I'll feel a lot better when she's attending class again. Has your friendship healed at all?
I don't know, to be honest. I haven't had many opportunities to talk to Susan since she was hospitalized. Maybe she still holds a grudge against me. Maybe I'll have to move out from her.
Of course not. How could you think that, Mika?
Susan? So you were discharged today. Are you here for third period?
No, I'm not strong enough to sit in class quite yet. I'm actually here to talk to you two.
Us?
Yeah. Mika, Alex, I'm so sorry for what happened last Thursday. There's absolutely no reason why you guys couldn't have gone to the dance together. And the truth is, I had my own image of what that night was going to be like, and you two hooking up completely shattered it. I know this doesn't excuse me from kicking up a fuss on your night out by running away like that. I have no defense for my actions. What I did was immature and selfish. Feel free to continue your relationship. I've learned to accept it now.
You know, Susan, I think overall, you're very mature and selfless for admitting your mistakes like this. Many people our age don't have that skill yet.
And plenty of adults never learn it.
Really?
Yep, apology accepted, Susan. And don't think a date with Alex is completely impossible. You might get a shot someday too.
What do you mean, Mika?
Well, I like to think I'm pretty optimistic about most things, but if American TV's taught me anything, it's that high school relationships rarely result in much. Hopefully Alex and I can avoid a messy breakup and Susan can have a chance.
Is that alright, Alex?
I guess it is. I'm more concerned Mika's thinking this far ahead. We haven't even went on our first real date yet.
I didn't mean to downplay our relationship, Alex. I was just trying to make Susan feel better.
I get that, Mika.
I'll tell you what. Let's stop feeling sorry for ourselves and start being friends again. How does that sound?
Sounds
Of
great.
course.
Good. I wish we could talk longer, but my mom's waiting for me in the parking lot. I'll see you tonight, Mika.
In that case, could you come back for the autumn dance this evening?
Autumn dance. There's an autumn dance?
Absolutely. You aren't around to hear about this, but the Halloween dance was cancelled when that fierce thunderstorm hit. Turns out the dance was going to be entirely outdoors.
That's right. I heard most of the food was protected from the rain and survived. The school didn't want to waste all of it, so they quickly organized a new event. In the gym this time, of course.
Okay, I'd be delighted to go. As long as I won't be a nuisance. Should I wear my Halloween costume?
Do it if you want to. For the most part, this is being treated as a Halloween Dance 2.0. Autumn Dance is just the official name given by the school.
Well, I'm not sure if I can wear my costume. It got pretty beat up after I fell into the river, and the hat was swept away by the current.
Either way, you'll still join us at 7 o'clock, right?
Yes, I promise. I'll see you both after school.
Bye, Susan.
Bye, Susan.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't looking where I was going.
I wasn't either. Don't worry. Hey, were you hanging out near the riverbank on Halloween?
Wait, you're...
Oh no! I didn't mean to ask you such a strange question. You see, a few days ago, I had a weird dream. I'd fallen into the river just outside of town, and I couldn't swim. I yelled and screamed for help until you ran over and saved me.
I saved you.
You did, but you used magical ice powers to do it. Obviously, that discredits the story from being anything more than my imagination.
Obviously.
Try to forget about my dream and have a nice day, okay?
Right, you have a nice day too. That girl seems pretty nice. If I remember correctly, we're both in Mr. Sharp's class in first period. Maybe I'll try talking to her more after my recovery. I never would have thought about doing that back when school started. I've changed a lot in the last 2 months. For the better. I've actually had a blast so far. I hope the next 12 months are just as fun as the last 2.
Maple.ca